Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, I apologize right off the gate for not having a very good calculator for this, and it's not because of lack of effort. For the past day or so, I've actually been mucking around with this thing and trying to figure out like how it works. And frankly, it's got me stumped. So, here's what I know, here's what I don't know. What I know is this: there's only 5 heroes that have an impact on this challenge, and coincidentally, probably Gollum. I'm not going to go over them, but let's just say that they impact bowmen or they impact cavalry. And let's just say that 2 of them are the new NS2 heroes. And I think the NS1 heroes are worthless, at least in my testing. But my testing probably isn't worth anything, so take it for a grain of salt. Yeah, so what do we got going on here? Well, I'm rank 149, 150, something like that. But I'm actually a little bit irritated. A little bit more than a little bit irritated, actually. Because, I'll be honest with you, my score between when I started this event and when I ended this event, I fudged around things and I got my troop attack, let's just say 1k higher, 800% higher, whatever. Significantly higher than when I started. And let's just say that when I was hitting at the beginning of the event and after I did the boosting, or well, more or less moving gems around so that the stats could, moving statues and gems so that attack was higher. So I fiddled with it and I moved it higher, but not a damn bit of difference in my score. In fact, it was lower. And I'm telling you, like, that just doesn't make any sense. Seriously. I was like, come on, really? It was legit like 800% higher between the start and, between those 2 points. And I just couldn't figure it out. And I've tried a lot of different marches, a little bit of percentage here, a little bit of percentage there. And because every hit you do, it varies and it jumps around. Don't know what to say. There's like a lucky time to hit this and an unlucky time to hit this. And you can hit it at the lucky time, and I guess you're going to get a higher number. You just have to know when that time is. Oh, wait. Yeah, who's number 1 and might actually know when those times are? Oh, never mind. Let's not insinuate that. That would never happen. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that my march, before the talent and after the talent, it made basically no difference. And it wasn't only mine, too. So I have to admit, I was trying to work with top players on this to kind of like Batman decode this crap. Because I don't know, I got suckered into it. I legit just wanted to, kind of understand it so I could help people again. Maybe be relevant. I don't know. So I also was working with Diesel. And I was like, hey, do this, and it should be higher. And he tried it out, and it wasn't higher. It was lower. So it's like, WTF? I don't know. Did you guys have something similar to this? Like during the beginning of the event or the middle of the event, you were hitting and you were getting like pretty darn good damage, and then towards the end of the event, well, it hasn't exactly ended yet, but it's going to be ending any minute now. Towards the end of the event, you just was like, it's like booty. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was like you spent money, and after you spent money, because I'll admit I spent more than $1, and it really, really irks me because it's like maybe spending was related to it. Like they thought that they could get more from you, so they started dicking you around in the stats. And I mean, like, in a normal game, you would think, oh, that's ridiculous. They'd never do anything like that. But let's be honest, these guys. These guys are mega shit. So, I mean, I put nothing across these guys. There's, like, nothing that would be forsaken with them. So, like, maybe spending triggered bad luck. I mean, like, who, God only knows. So, there's that. Or maybe they were like, oh, no, we're giving out too much damage at the beginning. We have to nerf it. And, like, middle way through the day, they nerfed it. And if you hit before, you're okay, and they just didn't tell you. I mean, like, that could be possible too. We won't know. They won't tell us. All we'll know is that, like, between the beginning of the event, my stats were lower, and at the end of the event, my stats were higher, and yet I was doing less, or at least not even the same amount of damage. And this didn't just happen to me. This was my account, Diesel's account, and a couple other fairly high people too. And yeah, so F you, FunPlus. You got me, and all it does is reinforce my rather grumpy feeling for this game. And I just felt like sharing this with you guys, because I did legit want to try and figure this out so that I'd make like some sort of troop formation calculator for it, because I know you guys have been looking for it. And my troop formation calculator is really lame and janky. I mean, it's probably better than nothing, but just barely. So the tips and suggestions that I have is like this. If you're T13, I would recommend you probably send the top 3 tiers of Bowman and Cav for Golem and for this. The later events in this, you know, the Duel of Champions and the stuff, it'll probably change. It probably won't be exactly like this. They're going to change it from like a Stone Sentinel, which is more like Golem, to something that isn't like Golem. This is my only thing. And then you're probably going to want to use a PvP March for that. I don't know. Best guess. So there's that. And then, yeah. So 6 troop types, no siege. You probably, you know, the 6 troop types is because of the critical hit. So here's the caveat on that. If your critical hit chance is below 25%, then my troop calculator is probably okay for you. If it is above 25%, you want to send 6 types, no more. No siege. No siege in both cases. Siege is worthless. It's super duper worthless. People are rolling around with like 10k stats, and siege is like 1k. Yeah. Siege is not having a fun day. But traps are like T2s. So, you know, whatever. Yeah, so that's basically like the summary of what I know and what I don't know. So we covered it. The heroes use NS2 even if they're 1 star. 6 troop types if your critical hit is above 25%. For T13, the top 3 types, that's T13 Bocav, T12, T11. The 13 and the 11 is going to actually do more damage than the 12 because they target infantry, at least for this stage of the event. And if you are schmucking it around without T13s, you probably want to use T12s, T11, T10 bow, and T9 bow, and probably ditch the T10 cav. So that's kind of what I've been working with, and it seems to like work out. I was really trying to figure out like how this worked, and I don't know. It stumped me. In terms of percentages, you know, you could accidentally send a march of all bow and get a really good hit on this thing. Or you could, you know, math it out and, you know, like everything is perfectly balanced and you know how it should be, and it doesn't make a damn bit of sense. And repeatedly hitting it too, like hitting it 15 or 20 times to try and get some sort of range of data or any kind of logical anything. Nope. Just not happening. Forget it. Go home. It's intentionally designed so that you can't actually understand it. Yeah. And if you're curious what I did for damage, here you go. There you go. There's my rather sorrow, lonely, janky damage. So the glory days are gone. I'm not coming back. I'm even more grumpy today than I was yesterday. And I just felt like sharing with you guys because I love you guys and I wish I could make a calculator again, but it would take time and money and passion and actually understanding things, and I don't actually have any of that. So I guess I pass the torch to people who are more capable than me. But maybe my tips will help. Who knows? Anyway, love you guys and bye-bye for now.